Hi there and welcome into the Cougar Sports Network as we get ready for men's college basketball action here on this Friday evening. The Long Beach City College Vikings and the College of the Canyons Cougars. I'm Matt Robinson, glad to have you along with us as always here on the Cougar Sports Network. Well, the COC men, they've lost 5 straight coming in today, trying to turn things around. This is a very, very young squad, a very young program as they try and kind of change things up a little bit going into this season. The Cougars, just one returning player on the roster in Roz Orbach, trying to find a way to really gain some knowledge, gain some ground here. As you look, the consistency is the hardest part for the Cougar men right now. It's been a struggle for College of the Canyons this season on the offensive and defensive sides of the ball. They won their opening contest of the 2024-25 season, but have since lost 5 in a row. They've held opponents, under 80 points in 6 games. They've scored under 70 points though in 3 games, and it's really just an inconsistency factor from this young squad. The Cougars, again, like we said, trying to find some of that consistency defensively. It hasn't been bad. It's just really a learning situation for College of the Canyons on both sides of the ball, both the offense and the defense. It's really going to be a live by the 3, die by the 3 type season this year. The Cougars, actually one of the better 3-point shooting teams in the state. We'll get to that in a few moments. For College of the Canyons, looking for more consistency out of their young players, including these 3, Justin Perez, Donovan Cornelius, Gian Figueroa. Last time as they played Cypress on the 20th, these 3 had a better game. Perez right now leading scorer for the Cougars, 13 points, 8 boards in that loss to Cypress. You can see Cornelius 11 points, 4 rebounds, and Figueroa 11 points and 5 rebounds. But still looking for that consistency, taking on a Long Beach team that is 1-2, just the 4th game of the season for Long Beach as we look at the numbers for both these squads. College of the Canyons just 69.7 points per game. Long Beach actually 25th best in the state, 80.3 points per game. Look down at that 3-point number that the Cougars 35.7% from 3. They're 21st in the state in 3-point percentage. Neither of these teams very good on the boards, very good on the net efficiency numbers for either side. Take a look at the starting lineups for College of the Canyons. Take a look at them right here. Donovan Cornelius, Donovan Chapman, Maurice Pintz, Justin Perez, and Roz Orbach. 5 guards in the lineup, although Orbach really more of a combo. He's kind of a small forward guard mix, but he is listed as a guard for College of the Canyons. On the other side for Long Beach, Kassan White, the wing, Lawrence Brown, a point guard, Kale Young, a wing, Major Hurley, a wing, and David Garcia. The man to watch in this group is actually really Kane Young, Kassan White, both 10 points a game, and Mason Pacheco Robinson coming off the bench averaging 15.3, the leading scorer this season. We'll see him at some point in this ball game. The head coach for College of the Canyons in his 25th year is Howard Fisher. Back-to-back WC championships in 2004, 2005, a title in 2007 and 2013, trying to find that magic once again. For Long Beach City, Barry Barnes in his 16th season as the head coach, recently named the director of basketball operations, got his team to the Elite 8 back in 2014-2015. He actually played 2 seasons here at Long Beach Community College, trying to get his Vikings back to 500 on the season. This is one of 3 games this weekend. We'll bring you the live stream schedule in a little bit. We've got a lot of games on the docket this week here on the Cougar Sports Network. We've had a lot of games this week. We had women's basketball on Tuesday, soccer on Wednesday in the playoffs. We have got basketball here today, women's basketball tomorrow, and a football bowl game on Sunday, a rare Sunday matchup in the bowl season. As Canyons to work on offense here to start the ball game. Here's Perez, a jumper from about 15 feet. He knocks it down, and Justin Perez gets the Cougars on the board. Perez, 13 points, 8 boards, like we said, against Cypress. He's averaging 15.8 and 5.5 rebounds per game to lead the team in both those categories as he comes down with a rebound right there. He's shooting 50% from the floor, 53% from field goal range, 53.8% from 3. So he has done a phenomenal job shooting on the floor. There's a 3-pointer from Donovan Chapman. Knocks it down, and Canyons with a 5-0 run to open up. Good start for the Cougars. Trying to get going on the defensive side here. Major Hurley with the basketball, trying to spin. Now he stops up, takes a jumper that falls from the block. Good shot from Major Hurley. Hurley 3.5 points per game, 7 rebounds to lead the squad. Had 10 points in 25 minutes in their last game against Riverside as Canyons turns this one over. Cougars turnovers this season, it's been rough, 14.8 per game. That's 45th most in the state. Long Beach has actually had it a little bit worse at 15.7. It's 58th in the state. So we'll see who can keep things clean as the game continues on. Vikings driving the baseline that time with Lawrence Brown. Here's a jumper from about 8 feet that's knocked down. Back-to-back buckets for Long Beach. It's a good shot in rhythm from David Garcia, who averages just over 8.5 points and just under 4.5 rebounds per game. Foul up the floor at the timeline by Lawrence Brown, his first. Long Beach last game out was against Riverside a week ago today. They lost 77-74 to the Tigers. Shot 46% from the floor in that ball game. Tigers shot 48% from floor and 35% from three, so the Cougars may be thinking they might be able to exploit the three a little bit. Travel going to be called on Roz Orbach as he shuffled his feet before the three. It's the second turnover of the ball game on Canyons here early on. 5-4 lead, just about 2 minutes into this first half. Canyons and Long Beach here from Lee Smelser Court inside the Cougar cage. Sorry about that, pressed the wrong button, turned a key on that we didn't want, so didn't miss anything. There's a shot that's no good. Kason White had the rebound but lost it. Go back to Canyons here. There's a putback chance for Chapman, and he's got it down. Chapman with 5 points to lead the way for Canyons. Cougars need to crash the boards. It's been a struggle this year for College of the Canyons. Against Cypress, they were a -8 on the boards. There's a blocking foul called against Orbach. So far this season, as we said, the rebound margin getting out rebounded by 5 and almost 5.5 points, or 5.5 rebounds per game, just 32 rebounds per game this season. It's a stark change from a year ago, although the Cougars with one of the best rebounders in or the best rebounder, I believe, in Canyons men's basketball history in Jonah Alfara, who's now moved on. Alfara last year was a walking 10 rebound machine. Almost nearly double-digit rebounds in every game during the season, and pretty much was a double-double machine as well. Cougars certainly miss him on the boards as they go with a smaller group this year. There's a jumper, no good. Cornelius had the rebound in his hand, and then he's going to be called for a foul as he lost it to Lawrence Brown, who fought for it, put it up, and he's going to get himself to the line. Foul going to go against Justin Perez, I believe, actually. First foul on Perez, second foul on Canyons. Brown, 54% foul shooter this year. Airball's the first. Brown shoots 54% from the floor, but he also shoots 54% from the foul line. One of those things that never quite understand. Guys that shoot so well from the floor having so much trouble from the foul line, but it is what it is, and a miss, and back the other way comes Canyons on the attack here. Chapman trying to dump it inside, forced it, got it back, then had it knocked out of his arms. He's fouled, trying to go up, so he'll go to the line. Canyons this season, they've done a good job getting to the line, not so good at knocking down their free throws, although better than a year ago. 70% from the foul line. They make 17.3 foul shots per game, which is 17th most in the state this year. Chapman, a 57.1% foul shooter on the year. That was something that haunted the Cougars last season. They were one of the best teams in the state at getting to the line and due to that, they made more free throws than pretty much 3/4 of the state, but didn't make enough to really get themselves enough victories. Chapman knocks down the first. He'll look at the second here. It's a 4-point lead. And that's something that they've been working on hard throughout the offseason. It just hasn't paid off quite yet. Chapman knocks them both down, and Canyons up to a 5-point lead. Chapman leading the way with 7 of the Cougars' 9 points so far in the ballgame. Clock extended here for Long Beach as they work into their offense. Garcia trying to drive. Gets it to the foul line, no further. Got it to Brown. Brown now will drive with the right hand, lays it off the glass, no good. Contested by Perez. Rebound was picked up by Pitts. Ahead, Chapman for 3. It was short. Long Beach trying to counter back the other way on a fast break. Hurley dumps it inside. Good foul by Chapman. It's a hard foul, and Kane Young crashed hard down to the floor. So Young gonna go to the line for 2. That's a good contest by Chapman. They're not gonna call it anything flagrant. They're just gonna, they're gonna talk about it, I guess. I don't consider it to be anything flagrant. I think Chapman just going up for a contest, and they're just gonna call it a common foul after they talk about it. I think that's the correct way to go about it. It looks bad because Young up in the air, but kind of two guys trying to. Fouls on 14. Officials didn't get the number. They have it now. Chapman going to be called for his first personal foul. We'll send Young to the line. Young, 76.9% foul shooter this year. At first, when he crashed down, he kind of clutched at the back of his head. I think his hair actually tied up in the back kind of saved him. Because had he not had that big bundle of hair on the back of his head, he would have really landed very hard. Looks like he's no worse for the wear. Misses on the second. Rebound goes off Major Hurley out of play, and it'll be Canyons basketball. Jumper no good from Canyons that time, as it was Mo Pitts trying to knock it down. Long Beach quickly back up the floor. And there's Major Hurley underneath. Good work from Long Beach that time to work it down the floor, and now they get a takeaway. Dumping it off underneath. Hurley lost the basketball, picked up by Mo Pitts. Canyons gonna try and run the fast break. Perez protects the basketball, got around Kane Young, laid it in. Perez now with 4, and Canyons back up 11-7. Drive that time by Caxon White, trying to draw a foul, was really forcing his way inside, but couldn't do anything with it. Canyons quickly back up the floor. Cornelius will kick. Perez will step into an 18-footer that's no good. Cornelius can't clean up the rebound. Instead, Major Hurley did, but then a travel going to be called on David Garcia. Took an extra step before he moved to the basketball. It'll go to Canyons here. 3 fouls on the Cougars, 2 fouls on the Vikings. Canyons with an 11-7 lead. Hurley with 4 points to lead the way for Long Beach. Chapman with 7 for Canyons. Each team 3 turnovers here early in the ball game. It's just about 5 minutes in. It's Canyons basketball. We'll see a substitution for Canyons for the first time, as Roz Orbach will come off. Georges Abelnor will come into the game for the first time. Canyons nearly turns it over on the inbound play and gets lucky to draw a foul on Major Hurley. That's going to be the second on Hurley here. The first 5 minutes. Hurley, a guy that averages, like we said, 3.7 boards, had 10 points and 6 rebounds in 25 minutes against Riverside. The 6'3" sophomore out of Bullard High in Fresno. Cornelius thought about one, instead kicks it back. Perez, a straightaway 3, contested air ball. That ball, yeah, I was gonna say, the official right there looking at the play didn't blow it dead. It was the official on the near side instead. Cornelius's attempt to try and keep the ball in play actually landed out of bounds. I was waiting for the whistle. They got it in. We're good to go. So we go back to work here, Long Beach basketball. Lawrence Brown will bring it up the floor, waves his hand, gets Long Beach into their offense. White trying to drive, kicks it out for a wing three from Garcia. That's good. Nice shot from David Garcia. Only shoots 18% from three, but he knocks that one down, and it's a 1-point game. Chapman. Abdelnour on the inside. Back up top, Cornelius. A three is good. Donovan Cornelius shooting 30% from three at 11 points, 4 rebounds, like we said in the pregame against Cypress. Gives Canyons back to a 2-possession lead at 4 points. Long Beach, another turnover on a bounce pass from White, went through the hands of Garcia. And the Vikings will make a substitution. Mason Pacheco-Robinson will come in to take over for Lawrence Brown. Pacheco-Robinson, 17 points, 4 boards in the loss to Riverside for Long Beach in 23 minutes. He's averaging 15.3 points per game. Doing all of his work from inside the three-point line, 54% from the floor, but has not made a three-pointer yet this season. There's Chapman straight away. Puts the ball on the floor, steps into a 15-footer that was contested. Long Beach will save it, and they'll go back to work the other way. Young trying to take Chapman to the baseline. Step back jumper, 18-footer is good. Long Beach coming out in a full court press here, trying to force the Cougars up the floor. They do. Figueroa catches and leaves for Mo Pitts. Pitts and Cornelius will play catch. Now Chapman back inside. Cornelius from the block had it swatted out of his hand. Picked up by Long Beach. Bounces off Cornelius, goes out of play as he was trying to get back to take it away from David Garcia, and we'll see subs. Stacey Webb into the game to take over for Chapman here. Kobe Siri out of Adelaide, Australia coming in. Also checking in Zakai Hunter. And Lawrence Brown back into the ball game as well. For Canyons this season, we talked about a number of local products. Five different kids from the Santa Clarita Valley on the team this year. Webb, Wilson, Pitts, Perez, and JRB Brown, all from the Santa Clarita area. Wilson in street clothes today, so we will not see him. Here's Stacey Webb, the Valencia product, a 5'9" freshman. He'll bring it up the floor and get it to his former Valencia teammate, Mo Pitts. Now they'll work it back to Webb. Webb will drive with the left hand, puts up a contested little runner off the window is good. Canyons with a 6-point lead. Webb, who's been limited in minutes, just 17 minutes against Cypress, had 3 points and 2 assists, only averaging 5 points a game this season. Knocked that one down. Canyons gets a rebound off a miss. Cornelius will push the floor. They'll kick to Pitts. Corner three on the way is good. Canyons stretching it up to a 7-point lead. Cougars 3 of 7 from beyond right now. Shooting 42.9% from three and 7 of 14 from the floor here early on. Here's David Garcia with the ball. Sends it up high, Pacheco-Robinson, who hasn't been much of a three-point threat at all this season. Now he'll try and work off the dribble. Moves off the screen, kicks it out. Three-pointer on the way, no good. A foul gonna be called on Kobe Siri for, looked like maybe a phantom clutch on Donovan Cornelius, but Canyons will take it. Cornelius went up for the rebound, kind of just didn't have the body control maybe he wanted. Fell out of play, but it'll work for Canyons, and the Cougars will go to work on the offensive side here, leading 19-12. Webb, a slick point guard, really will be asked to handle the ball when he's in the game and try and get everybody else to work. The second guard option off the bench. As it frees up the likes of Pitts and Cornelius, Figueroa as well to get open for threes. Cougars trying to work with some speed. Cornelius trying to drive, wanted a cut from Figueroa to the basket. Sent him a bounce pass that would have sprung him for a bucket. Instead it went out of play. Ross Orbach checking back in. Perez back up to the table. Will try and get back in. Applemore off the floor for right now. 11:13 to go here in the first half. 19-12 in favor of Canyons. Long Beach 5 of 14 and 1 of 4 from 3 so far today. Here's Garcia, has their only three-pointer, drives and misses. Orbach had the rebound in his hands. It goes out off of Long Beach. Sakai Hunter trying to keep it in play, actually bounced it on the sideline. It actually hit off a Cougar after it bounced on the sideline, but the out off of Long Beach. Perez back in, Pitts to the bench along with Cornelius. As Donovan Chapman back in the game. Webb will pass it ahead to Cornelius, trying to sprint to the basket. Cornelius draws the foul. Cornelius with a little shoulder shrug. I think gets lucky there. They get the foul on Lawrence Brown. It's on the floor. It's the 4th foul on Long Beach here. Scratch that, 5th foul on Long Beach here. He's on White back into the game for the Vikings. Here's Webb to Orbach, now up top. Chapman back to Orbach, who will try and take his man off the dribble. Muscling his way to the basket, but couldn't lay it home. Good rebound by Donovan Chapman, though. The Cougars will go back to work on a reset. Webb, all the way back up towards the timeline. Now drives, bounce pass, good extra pass from Orbach, excuse me. Got Chapman an open look, but he couldn't hit it. Rebound was picked up by Perez, couldn't hold on to it. Long Beach trying to go back the other way. Webb creates a strip. And then a foul gonna be called, I believe, against Webb, maybe Orbach? I don't know, I couldn't see the number from where we are up here in the booth. It's gonna go against Stacey Webb. Gonna be the 4th foul on Canyons. Webb must have reached in late. That's what drew the foul. 19-12 Canyons, 10-12 to go here in the first half. Vikings, excuse me, working on the offensive side. Pacheco lost it for a moment, now trying to work against Figueroa. Good job by Pacheco to drive and just kind of scoop it over the top of Donovan Chapman, his first bucket of the ball game. Gets Long Beach back within 5. Here's Perez, a 3 in transition is good. We talked about Justin Perez already today, shooting 53.8% from beyond. Knocks down his first 3 of the ball game. He's got 7 now, and the lead back to 8 for Canyons. Turnaround jumper from Pacheco Robinson, no good. Chapman, the defensive rip, brings it up the floor to Perez, kicks it out to Webb. Wing 3 is good. Back-to-back triples for Canyons. They lead by 11 with 9:12 to go here in the first half. White bustling down Orbach. Not much Orbach could do besides maybe foul White that time. Instead, he just lets him have the easy 2. Long Beach breaks a quick 6-0 Canyons run. Webb hollering out directions. Chapman will bounce pass inside, block extended to Orbach. Works with his right hand. Knocked down his man, missed on the easy jumper, but then draws the foul from Kason White. Barry Barnes not happy with the officiating staff, asking for an offensive foul on Orbach, and now gets an explanation over at the bench. First foul on White. Canyons will get it into Orbach, who's missed on a couple of opportunities down low, has not made a bucket. Chapman fouled in the act of shooting by Sakai Hunter. That's the 7th foul on Long Beach. Will put Canyons in the bonus for the rest of this first half. So Chapman to the line for 2 here. Knocks down the first. Chapman's been to the line 3 times, has made all 3. This will be his 4th look. Sakai Hunter off the floor. And the broadcaster jinx in effect, but a foul off. The rebound goes, lane violation. So never mind, we'll wipe away the miss. Chapman gets a second chance, and now he's 4 for 4. Lead 27-16, back up to 11 for Canyons here. Kane Young works it inside. White lost the basketball. Came right to Perez. Perez trying to push the floor, looking for help. Dumps it to Stacey Webb, who will back things off into a half-court offense. Chapman, near wing, works to his right, now back to his left. Thought about a 3, instead gets it to Webb. Webb a couple of fakes, trying to drive. Draws a foul, he'll go to the line for a 1-and-1. Goes to Mason Pacheco Robinson, the foul. 8th foul on Long Beach. Canyons with 8 minutes to go, shooting 1-and-1 here. 2 more fouls would put him at the line for the plus. Webb, 72% foul shooter, knocks down the first, so he'll get the bonus. Second finds the way as well. So Canyon's largest lead of the night at 13 right now. Yeah, 13 right now. 29-16. Cougars come out in a full press here. Long Beach able to break it. Figueroa nearly stripped it from Siri. Instead, it was picked up by Long Beach as Jerome Wilson was there to recover it. Now Mason Pacheco Robinson from the foul line will kick it back to White. White trying to drive. Cornelius gets the takeaway, and he'll go back the other direction for an easy lay-in. The Canyons bench thought he was going to dunk it. He changed his mind at the last minute, and Canyons now leads by 15. Wilson now will catch up top. He'll get it over to Young straight away. Young trying to work everything out high. Wilson now back to Young again. He'll get a wide open wing 3 that airballs. And it's going to be out off Long Beach. It'll be Canyons basketball. We'll see substitutions for Canyons. Cornelius and Lopez back in. Webb and Figueroa off the floor for now as the starting 5 for Canyons back on the floor. Long Beach will see David Garcia check back in to take over for Kane Young here. One and one coming here. Cornelius foul, or excuse me, Chapman foul, got knocked down to the floor. 9th foul on Long Beach here in the first half. Next one will put Canyons in the bonus. Mason Pacheco Robinson called for the foul, his second. So far for Long Beach, lots of foul trouble here early on. Hurley with 2, Pacheco Robinson with 2, Brown with 2. Already their 9th foul of the ball game. Chapman makes the first. Been perfect from the line so far today. He shot 5 of the Canyons' 7 foul shots so far. Cougars have yet to miss from the charity stripe. Gilad Ziegel up at the line, no good. And another lane violation called on Kobe Siri. And they'll actually get Troy Aguilar to check in at the table. So Chapman will have another opportunity here. Last time he did this, he got a bucket in. This time he does the same. Ziegel will check in to take over for Ross Orbach. Canyons 33-16 advantage here. Cougars who've had just about as good of a first half as you can ask, and there's still 6 minutes and 45 seconds to go in it here. Garcia with the basketball will move it to Mason Pacheco-Robinson. He stops his dribble, will work it inside. Aguilar trying to back down Ziegel at the block, still has it. Needs to do something with it, threw up a shot that Ziegel got a hand on, and a foul gonna be called against Long Beach. That's gonna send Gilad Ziegel to the line. And that will send Ziegel to the line for 2 shots as the foul went against Aguilar. Ball landed in Ziegel's hands. Aguilar was just a little bit too aggressive afterwards. And Ziegel, who is a perfect foul shooter so far this year, will go to the line here for his first 2 attempts of the ball game. 17-point Canyons advantage. And the broadcaster jinx is in full effect this time for sure. Ziegel misses the first. Second one doesn't go in, so the first trip to the line that's empty for Canyons today. Long Beach in transition, trying to work the other way. Here's Aguilar from straight away, now spins, lost the ball again, but Cougars are gonna be called for a foul. It's gonna be on the floor, so it'll be an inbound for Long Beach. Foul went against Donovan Cornelius. Second foul on Cornelius, I believe, is what I heard the PA say. Jesse Munoz, our sports information director, doing the public address today. Canyons defense has been solid so far here. Another contested shot down low. The Cougars quickly in transition back the other way. Pitts to Perez, extra pass. Chapman inside, Ziegel block extended up to Pitts. Cougars circling everywhere. Pitts has to step into a contested jumper, no good. Rebound bounces around, found its way to Cornelius. Inside to Perez, who's just standing waiting, and he lays it home. The lead is 19. Jumper from Pacheco-Robinson hit every part of the backboard it possibly could before it fell. That's a good stroke from Pacheco-Robinson though, and he gets Long Beach back on the board. Cougars nearly get it stripped from behind. Instead, they keep control. Extra pass. Chapman a 3 on the way, no good. Offensive board, Cornelius is there. Throws up a shot, no. Rebound pulled down by Long Beach as Aguilar had it. Siri back the other way, and now he'll slow things up a little bit for Garcia. Pitts staying right with Garcia that time, who tried to drive. Now Pacheco-Robinson holds up a fist as he tries to get Long Beach into a half-court offense. He'll drive against Cornelius, gets around him and lays in a contested right-hander. Back-to-back buckets for Mason Pacheco-Robinson, who's got 6, and he cuts the lead back to 15. Again, Canyons, it's really going to be a live and die by the 3 type season. Offensive foul going to be called against Donovan Chapman. Going to be his first foul of the ball game. Cougars cannot go ice cold. We saw this in their game against Cuyamaca, where they kind of just could not find anything offensively. That was the last time we've seen the Cougars at home. They lost that game 71-63. They started off the game really well, shot the 3 very well, but then went ice cold over the final 11 minutes of the second half. So far, they've been able to keep everything going here, and really it started on the defensive side. They get a defensive rebound off the miss as Pitts will bring it up the floor. Perez and Pitts play catch, and they'll work it up top to Donovan Cornelius. They'll drop to Figueroa, open look, Perez for 3, no good. Ziegel knocked down the rebound. Ball was loose for a second, picked up by Pacheco-Robinson. He'll bring it back up the floor, steps into a 10-footer that's short. Good late contest that time from Canyons. I think it was Figueroa over there on the contest. The Cougars go back to work offensively. The net down here on this left side a little bit hung up right now. Not that that makes a difference in anything, but just an awkward look. Ziegel has it stripped off him by Aguilar. Back the other way, Long Beach pressing the pace. Garcia, good transition offense from Long Beach that time. And a timeout on the floor. Called by Long Beach here as they cut the lead back down to 13. We'll take the break as well.
Can I get it Mike's way? What's happening?
And your free sub. Enjoy.
That was super weird.
Oh, that? Nah. She just used the Shore points you can now earn from chip and drink purchases to get free sub through the app.
Download the Jersey Mike's app and earn rewards towards free subs with every sub, Pepsi, and Lay's you purchase.
Whether we're on the move or stuck in one place, it's with us, comforting, healing, and transforming lives. It's the power of you. With 4 world-class hospitals and over 170 clinics across Southern California, together, we're building a healthier community. We're your neighbors, your friends, your family. It begins with you. UCLA Health.
Canyons leading Long Beach 35-22 is 3 minutes and 30 seconds remaining here in the first half. Canyons with the basketball out of the Long Beach timeout. Orbach back into the game out of the timeout here for Canyons. Here's Cornelius. We'll get it to Figueroa. Figueroa spinning, dumps it off underneath. Perez swatted away. Aguilar, the 6'1", or excuse me, the 6'6" forward out of Harbor City, able to knock that one away. Garcia thought about a 3, now wanted to drive, backs it up instead. Into the corner here, and a travel going to be called against Long Beach. Good defense by Gian Figueroa that time. It's Kason White called for the travel. Canyons hasn't scored in just over 3 minutes. Stuck on 35, trying to go to work offensively here. Cornelius with the basketball for the Cougars. Orbach driving, has it stolen out of his hand from behind by Aguilar, sending it ahead. No good on the offensive side from Long Beach, but then it goes out off of Canyon. Siri scratched that Major Hurley that time underneath, trying to put it in. Stacey Webb back in to take over here. George Abdelnour into the game to take over for Raz Orbach, who's hurt as well, it looks like. Maybe just some tape on his wrist or something, it looks like. Maybe his finger. He'll get checked out by the medical staff. Mason Pacheco Robinson with the basketball, trying to drive against Webb. Dumped it off underneath. Good motion offense that time from Long Beach, but Young couldn't finish it off. It goes out off of Canyons. It'll be a reset here for Long Beach. Very good motion offense off the screen that time for Long Beach. Just couldn't finish it off. Here's Aguilar trying to back down Abdelnour. Stopped his dribble. They're saying 7 on the shot clock, but the ball hit the rim, so the shot clock should have been reset. And I think it was reset correctly. Now the official's talking about it. And the shot clock is correct. And that's, the ball hit the rim on a miss. So we'll go right back to work. Long Beach gets a little bit of a break. Aguilar was kind of trapped down low looking for some help. Now Mason Pacheco Robinson working off the screen. Trying to work against Webb, spinning in the lane, kicks back out Aguilar, contested 3, and he draws a foul on a late closeout from Abdelnour. Aguilar, 50% foul. Shooter will go to the line for 3 attempts. Long Beach in the bonus, so they will go 1-1 the rest of the way at the very least for the final 157. Aguilar knocks down the first. Aguilar just 2 points in their game against Riverside. Only averages 2.5 per game. Played 14 minutes in that ball game, but getting a lot of run here. Canyon still. This time the Cougars scored 5:48. Not scored, and this is, again, what we've talked about in the last game against Cuyamaca and what we kind of mentioned here today. Cougars, because such a young squad, looking for that consistency, running away with things early in this first half, and now we've gone ice cold. The lead, which gone ice cold here. The lead was 19. Now it's all the way back down to 10. Perez into the corner. Figueroa, a three is good. And that ends the drop for Canyons. Pushes the lead back up to 13. Final 1:35 to go here in the first half. Canyons a 38-25 lead. That was the first bucket for Figueroa today. Young trying to drive baseline, puts up a 16-footer that's no good. Offensive board from Hurley. His contested 3-footer misses. Now Long Beach will get a corner three for Garcia, who tried to draw a foul, didn't get it. Canyons the board in transition, back the other way. Into the corner, Figueroa underneath Abdelnour. Counted in the foul for Abdelnour. His first bucket. 5-0 run. The lead back up to 15 with 60 seconds to go here in the first half. Jekyll Robinson from the foul line will back it up. Isolation against Webb, works off the screen, driving, Euro step in the lane. Flat shot that time, no good. Rebound Perez, bounce pass ahead to Webb. Behind the back pass looking for Abdelnour, taken away by Hurley. That's gonna get Howard Fisher upset a little bit. And now Canyon's gonna have to come back, try and play defense. Hurley, little Euro step, runner no good. Rebound pulled down by Perez. 30 seconds to go, a 2-second difference between the shot clock, actually about a 1.5 difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Cougars will go for the final shot here in the first half. Webb guarded tightly here. We'll put it on the floor. Works off the Abdelnour screen, drives right to the basket, threw up a shot, didn't get it to fall. Long Beach will turn it over, and that will end the first half. Canyons will take a 40-25 lead into the halftime locker room. Here from Lee Smelser Court inside the Cougar cage. We'll be back with second half action. Welcome back into the Cougar Sports Network as we get ready for second half action. College of the Canyons, Long Beach City College. Cougars with a 40-25 halftime advantage. Take a look at some of the numbers from both sides. Canyons 48% or 44.8% from the floor, shot 13 of 29 compared to 10 of 33 for Long Beach. Cougars 6 of 13 from triple today, 46.2%. That's above their season average. The Cougars need to keep shooting that way. Did a good job from the line, 8 of 10 from the foul line. Long Beach just 1 of 7 from 3 and 4 of 7 from the line. The rebound battle has actually been in favor of College of the Canyons for I think the first time this season, 24-17. Cougars forcing 8 Long Beach turnovers, while the Vikings forcing 10 on Canyons. So we go to work back in the second half. David Garcia leading the Vikings with 7 points after that first half. Canyons with 13 from Donovan Chapman, the only scorer in double figures from either side. A blocking foul going to be called against Mo Pitts. As Long Beach starting with Hassan White, Lawrence Brown, Kane Young, Major Hurley, and David Garcia. Canyons going with Donovan Cornelius, Stacey Webb, Donovan Chapman, Mo Pitts, and Justin Perez. First foul on Pitts. Long Beach will get a 30-second reset here. White trying to back down, Chapman misses. Cornelius had the rebound for a moment. Now there's going to be a tie-up on the floor, but they're going to give Long Beach a timeout instead. 30-second timeout for the Vikings. Their second timeout here in the ball game. Canyons is yet to use a timeout here. We'll stay right with it here on the Cougar Sports Network. 11 to shoot for Long Beach out of the timeout. Canyons has done a very good job defensively today. One of their better defensive performances here early on. As we said, it's not been terrible defensively for College of the Canyons this year. They've held opponents under 80 points in every game but one this season. They gave up 101 to Chaffey College, lost 101 to 80. Twice this year they've held opponents under 60 points. It's just been a matter of finding the same rhythm on offense when they do that. They just have not been able to get there so far. Leading 40-25, 11 on the shot clock for Long Beach here in this opening second half possession for Long Beach City. Brown over the top of Webb, a little jumper, rolls off the rim, no good. Rebound pulled down by Cornelius. He tries to run it ahead. Now will stop himself into a half-court offense. Got it to Perez, drives right to the basket and lays it in. Perez now with 11 points. He's in double figures. Long Beach quickly back up the floor on the attack. Here's a three for Brown, no good, short. Perez, a rebound, and Canyons will go back the other way. Perez, 6 boards, now 7 in the ball game. He's got 11 points. Approaching a double-double. Quietly with 7 rebounds. Turnover on Canyons. Cornelius and Pitts. A miscommunication there on the pass. Howard Fisher hollering down to Cornelius after the pass. Hey, slow down. We're okay. Going a little too fast. And again, this is a young squad. Only one sophomore on this Canyons side. That's Ron Zorbach, played last year with the Cougars. Is a 3, no good, too strong. Rebound, Cornelius. Canyons will work back the other way. Webb dribbles between 2 bodies, gets it to Cornelius. A 3 in transition is good. And Canyons has stretched the lead to 20, their largest of the day. Long Beach back the other way. Hassan White gets an easy bucket. Chapman went down hard. And I think is mostly just trying to catch his breath a little bit. Landed hard on his left arm going up. Looks like he's going to be okay. Like the effort from Chapman. Mason Pacheco-Robinson back in. Foul on Hassan White for a block as Pitts went up, and Canyons will get to the line. First foul on Long Beach here in the second half. 10 fouls exactly on Long Beach in the first half, just 7 on Canyons. Pitts to the line for his first trip today. Mo Pitts this season, 72% foul shooter. Short on the first, misses. Pitts splits the foul shots, the lead back to 19. Largest has been 20 today for Kansas. Another Long Beach miss. Good defense by Kansas. Neither of these teams in the preseason top 20 in Southern California. Both trying to prove some doubters wrong. Canyon's just looking for their second win of the season, and they get another bucket from Perez. Give him 13 now. Perez showing flashes of being a dangerous scorer, the freshman out of Saugus High School. And an offensive foul on Long Beach for a moving screen against Kassan White. Going to be the third foul on White. So the Canyons defense has been solid so far through a half and 3 minutes. Here's Perez, a straightaway three is good. And Perez is starting to heat up. He's got 16. The lead is 51-27 for Canyons. Foul going to be called on the Cougars. Going to get Lawrence Brown to the line here. Going to go against Stacy Webb. Going to be his second. Canyons looking for just their third win over Long Beach since 2009. They've lost the last 4 matchups. Cougars last beat Long Beach on the 16th of December in 2016 during the Saddleback College tournament. They won that game 72 to 57. One of 2 good from Lawrence Brown. Canyons lead back down to 23 for the moment. There's Cornelius. Double team, had it stripped by Pacheco Robinson. Back the other way, Lawrence Brown with a two-handed flush. And a foul going to be called on Brown running back up the floor as Long Beach has come back out in that full court press here, trying to cause problems for the Cougars up the floor and get themselves back into this ball game. Trailing by 21 right now. It's going to be the third foul against Lawrence Brown. So White and Brown both with 3 fouls. Perez on a good cut to the basket. Give him 18 now. As Perez starting to lead the charge. Up over his season average of 16. White, 2 big steps. Counted in the foul. It's going to go against Donovan Chapman. It'll be Chapman's second. And White will have a chance for the old-fashioned 3-point play as a 75% foul shooter. First trip to the line for him today. Again, Long Beach, this full court press trap. Canyons breaks it by passing. Pitts with a 3, no good. Missed it to the right the whole way. Long Beach will run the fast break back the other direction. They dump it off White. Had it knocked out of his hands. He and Pitts are tied up. Pitts able to muscle it away from him. The tie up in favor of Canyons with the possession arrow. And we'll get a timeout from Howard Fisher here. 53-33, 15:53 to go in this second half. Canyon's out in front. We'll take the break. Lots of action on the Cougar Sports Network coming up for you. Women's basketball tomorrow, 3 p.m. start time against Chaffee College. Football in the Jersey Mike's Valencia Bowl on Sunday, our Sunday game for Cougar football against Mount San Jacinto College. Men's basketball back in action against Santa Barbara on the 26th and the 7th. All those games will be on the Cougar Sports Network. You can check cocathletics.com and the COC Instagram page at COC Athletics for more information on the live stream schedule. Canyon's quickly on the press break, and Pitts was fouled. He'll go to the line. Foul goes against David Garcia, sending Pitts to the line. Garcia's first foul. Pitts trying to calm himself down a little bit. It was a little hot that he didn't, I think, score the bucket as he got fouled. We'll go to the line for 2 shots. The first is no good. Pitts from the line today, 1 of 3. Canyon's 75% from the line, 9 of 12. Again, that's not terrible. It's right about their season average. Now 9 of 13 after the Pitts foul shot rolls on there. But they actually charged the foul to Kason White. So that's 4 fouls on Kason White. We're going to have to change that. 4 fouls on White here. Gian Figueroa back into the game. Garcia throws it ahead. Figueroa a steal, and White has fouled out of the ball game. That's his 5th foul. So Kason White is fouled out of the ball game. 7 points in the ball game for White. 2 rebounds, 3 assists, 4 turnovers. He will check out. That will be the end of his night. Zakai Hunter will check in. 6 fouls on Long Beach here in the first half. Donovan Chapman, coming off the floor. Turns Abdelnour into the game. Figueroa catches off the inbound and works to his left. Guarded tightly by Brown, who knocked it away from him for a moment. Canyon's trying to work it inside to Abdelnour, and the big paw of Zakai Hunter knocks it away. Hunter now driving back the other direction. Abdelnour going to be called for a foul. Going to send Hunter to the line for a pair of shots. Fourth foul on Canyons here in the second half. Hunter misses on the first. Hunter before that had not missed a free throw this season. 5 points, 2 boards in 17 minutes against Riverside. Long Beach in that game against Riverside, 17 of 28 from the line, 60.7%. Shooting 6 of 11, now 6 of 12 in the ball game. So straight 50% here today. So bailing the Cougars out, who are shooting about 70% from the foul line, 10 of 14, just a touch over. Good cut from Perez. Tried to scoop it from under the basket. Abdelnour able to strip it away, get it right back to Perez, who puts it in. That's good work down low by George Abdelnour. And Canyons back with a 20-point advantage, 53-33. make it 55-33. And then Abdelnour on the other side lays one in. Canyons with a quick 4-0 run. Chapman back into the game. Webb gets a steal after it bounced off Abdelnour. Chapman trying to go up. No. Abdelnour, the putback didn't fall. Major Hurley threw it back up the other way, and Mason Pacheco Robinson going to be fouled. One of two good for Long Beach. Webb trying to drive. He's going to draw a foul against Hurley. So Stacy Webb to the line. Makes the first. Aguilar working down low. He's fouled by Webb. So Aguilar will go to the line. Going to be the third foul on Webb. 3 fouls on Major Hurley to the last trip down the floor on Long Beach. Good foul trouble here. Hurley with 3, Brown with 3. On the other side, only Stacy Webb. That actually scratched that. They didn't give it to Webb. They gave it to George Abdelnour, who will pick up his third. Perez going to check out. First of 2 from Aguilar is good. Aguilar 3 of 3 from the line so far. Perfect there as well. Lead down to 23. I don't know who's going to get called for a foul here. It's either going to be Pitts or Garcia. It's going to go get some Mo Pitts. So an offensive foul. Going to be the second foul on Mo Pitts. Both teams are in the bonus here, which we forgot to reset after the first half anyway, so we'll just leave it up there on the scoreboard. So foul shots the rest of the way for both sides. 59-37, Canyons leading. Good extra pass from Long Beach. Good contest from Chapman, though. on the opportunity from Garcia, and then Ziegel is fouled by either Aguilar or Garcia underneath the Canyons basket, 90 feet away from the Long Beach defensive side of the floor. Goes against Troy Aguilar. It'll send Galad Ziegel to the line for 1-1. Ziegel misses the first. So the foul doesn't hurt Long Beach as they work back up the floor. Mason Pacheco Robinson with the ball. Gets a step into the lane and draws a foul. Will go to the line for 2 shots. Goes against Galad Ziegel. Second on Ziegel. Pacheco Robinson misses the first of 2. Long Beach 10 of 17 from the line. Pacheco Robinson leading the way with 8 points. That was his first miss from the line in 3 opportunities. Looks at the second here. Knocks it down. 21-point advantage for Canyons. Just trying to keep Long Beach at arm's length at this point. Garcia going to be called for a foul. Attacking Pitts, and Pitts will go to the line for 1-1. Perez will check out. Excuse me, Garcia will check out. And they'll check Kobe Siri back in. It's just the first foul on Garcia, but I think that's a minutes substitution more than anything, just to try and stay in their rotation, get him a little bit of a break. Pitts to the line for 1-1. He'll get the penalty. Knocks down the first. 3 of 5 from the line. Second is there as well. So Pitts 2 for 2 on this trip. 12:55 to go. Still a lot of time left in this ball game. The Canyons leading 61-38. Long Beach extra pass into the corner. Hurley, a corner 3 is good. And a timeout called by Long Beach. 3 timeouts remaining for the Vikings as Barry Barnes wants to talk about it. It's a 30-second timeout, so we won't go anywhere. We'll stay right here. It's a 20-point Canyons lead. Cougars have just kept Long Beach at arm's distance right now. Every time the Vikings think they're getting a charge back through, the Cougars are able to find a way. It's really started on the defensive side of the floor today. The Cougars holding Long Beach to just 31.8% from the floor, 14 of 44. Meanwhile, Canyon shooting straight 50% from both the floor and 3 today. 20 of 40 and 8 of 16. Vikings just 2 triples today. That was only their second 3 of the ball game. 2 of 10 from 3. 11 of 18 from the line. Compare that to 14 of 19 for Canyons. And the Cougars are out rebounding the Vikings by 14. They break the press. Pitts with a lay-in that's good. Good fast break offense from Canyons, using their young legs and their speed to score a bucket that time. Pacheco Robinson tried to back Pitts down, did not. Now he gets it back, thought about a 3. Instead, he'll move it around. Hurley in the corner. Good cut to the basket by Siri. Good vision by Troy Aguilar. And Long Beach gets a pretty easy bucket back down the floor. Webb into the front court here. Ziegel catches outside the 3-point line. Out it to Pitts. They'll work it around back to Webb once again. Bounce pass to Cornelius, or to Chapman, sorry. Up to Ziegel, a 3 from straight away. Galad Ziegel, who has not made a 3 to this point in the season, knocks down his first, and the lead is 23. Aguilar trying to spin against him. Ziegel staying right with him. Rebound poked out by Chapman right to Pitts. Pitts across the timeline draws a foul. It'll be interesting to see who it goes against. It'll be the 10th foul. It goes against Aguilar. Canyons will shoot the bonus, the plus, the rest of the way. Third foul on Troy Aguilar. So Pitts to the line for 2. Made both his foul shots his last trip. Rolls the first one in. Abdelnour will check in to take over for Ziegel. Chapman will get to the table here and either come in for Pitts or potentially Figueroa or Webb, I would imagine, if Pitts makes it. It'll be Mo Pitts as he goes in for the shooter. So Pitts knocks them both down. He'll go to the bench. Pitts now in double figures. Canyons 3 players in double figures right now. Perez with 20, Chapman with 13, Pitts with 11. Another Long Beach miss. Good defense from Canyons, and then Abdelnour grabbed along the jersey. He'll go up the floor and go to the line for a pair of shots. 11:08 to go, and Canyons already in the bonus. Long Beach, or Canyons already in the plus, I should say. Long Beach in the bonus. The next foul puts them shooting 2 the rest of the way. So it's going to be a game of foul shots as we go down the stretch here. Canyons leading by 25, 68-43. Abdelnour 20% from the line this season, knocks the first of 2 down. Second is no good. Easy rebound for Aguilar. Right now Perez, a rebound away from a double-double. 20 points, 9 boards in the ball game. Aguilar block extended. His pass goes out of play. Good job by the Canyons defense that time once again. The Cougars just smothering the Long Beach offense. Long Beach making a sub. Kane Young coming in. Chapman trying to drive, stops at the foul line. Good extra step off the jump stop. And a technical foul going to be called. Chapman said something after the bucket. So Mason Pacheco Robinson will go to the line for a pair of foul shots. Third foul on Chapman. Let's check back in. Pacheco Robinson makes both. And now Long Beach will inbound from all the way back down at the other side. And again, Canyons, the defense getting another takeaway here. And then a technical foul going to be called against Major Hurley. So Perez will go to the line. Makes the first. Perez now 21 points, shoots 84% from the line. And so it's the 4th foul on Major Hurley. I think that was the discussion at the table, if he's got 4 or 5. The stat sheet shows, or the web stat shows he has 5, but the web stats also have an extra point for Canyons right now, so there's something going on with the web stats. Perez will go to the line for the second, knocks them both down. First 2 shots from the line for Perez today, and now Canyons will inbound from the sideline on the near side, about halfway up the floor. Perez now with 22 points, 21 points. (72-45) Canyons. Kickball going to be called against Siri here. Canyons missed on their offensive opportunity, but they got a stop on the other side, so they go back to work here. Stacy Webb will work out high. Figueroa catches. Gets it inside Abdelnour, runs into a double team. Works it over to Webb, little shutter. Kicks it to Perez, 6 to shoot inside Abdelnour. Tried to get it underneath to Cornelius, lost the ball. Hurley back the other way, just driving, draws a foul. Gonna go probably against Abdelnour, I would guess, maybe against Gian Figueroa. Abdelnour is the correct assumption. Gonna be the 4th foul on George Abdelnour. Hurley to the line. First trip for him today. 7 points for Major Hurley in the ball game. 72-45, 9:26 to go. Donovan Chapman checking in to take over for Abdelnour and his 4 fouls. Second from Hurley is good. Give him 9 points now. Only Mason Pacheco Robinson in double figures for Long Beach. Canyons a turnover. Long Beach stays in that full court press here. 72-47. There's Brown. Hurley trying to drive. Chapman cut him off. Kicked it back out. Young, a 3 from deep. An air ball. Cornelius comes away with it, but then turned it over as Young stepped in the lane. But then Young misses on a one-handed slam, and it'll be Canyons basketball. Here's Perez for Canyons, into the corner. Figueroa, a 3, too strong. Rebound off of Chapman out of play, and Howard Fisher gonna use one of his 5 remaining timeouts to talk about things. 72-47, Canyons leading Long Beach, 8:47 to go here on the Cougar Sports Network. 72-47, Canyons with a 25-point advantage over Long Beach. Vikings with the basketball. Lawrence Brown will dump it off. David Garcia now as they work in a motion offense. Siri to Garcia, trying to get it inside, back out to Garcia, driving. Tried to, I don't know, go Euro step, they say it goes out off of Canyons. Quickly in play, Long Beach wasn't quite ready for it. Now they'll go back to working a half-court offense with 9 to shoot. 2 shots coming for Canyon, or for Long Beach here. Lawrence Brown going to the line. Charge to Stacy Webb is the foul, his 3rd. Still a lot of time left in this ball game. 8:24 to go. Both teams shooting 2 the rest of the way. Brown, just his 4th point of the ball game. 2 for 5 from the line today. Stacy Webb checks out. Pitts back in. Brown misses on the second. Perez has his double-double. 21 points, 10 boards for Justin Perez today to lead the way for the Cougars. Pitts guarded tightly by Garcia. Chapman to Cornelius now. Now Perez, stutter step to the foul line, got it to Figueroa with 3, a 3, no good. Good rebound by Long Beach. They had good inside position. Figueroa contests Brown, and it's not a foul, as they say Figueroa went straight up. And Brown didn't draw enough contact for him. But imagine for the Cougars, they want to work into the shot clock as deep as they can right now, leading 72-48. But they do not at the same time want to go ice cold, want to continue to build on the lead as much as they can. 5 to shoot here for Donovan Cornelius. Works off the Chapman screen into a favorable chance against Wilson, but a shot clock violation is an extra pass. Too many for Canyons. Take 30 seconds off the clock, that's the good news. Bad news is it's another Cougar turnover. Good defense that time by Long Beach. 17 turnovers on the Cougars, 13 on the Vikings. Canyons out rebounding Long Beach 42-25. And leading 72-48. 3-pointer no good. Chapman with a rebound and then he's fouled. So Chapman will go all the way down the floor for foul shots. Now the officiating crew again chatting about something. Foul goes against Major Hurley, his 5th, so he will foul out of the ball game. And Hurley's night, 9 points, 3 boards in 23 minutes. Look at Mason Pacheco. Robinson checking back in. Chapman makes the first of 2. Chapman, 15 points, 7 rebounds, 2 assists in the ball game. Second scores as well. Chapman's been perfect from the line today. Three from Long Beach, no good. Chapman has his 8th board. Canyons quickly ahead. Perez, an easy bucket. Perez now with 23. The lead is the largest of the day at 28. Make it 25 with a 3 from Kobe Siri on the other side. Cornelius fouled by David Garcia. 90 feet away from the basket. 2 shots for Donovan Cornelius here, 64% foul shooter on the season. First trip to the line for him today. 6 points, 9 rebounds for Cornelius. Cougars getting contributions up and down the lineup right now, both in terms of points and boards today. Kane Young checking back in. Cornelius good on both foul shots. Canyon's 9 of 19 from 3, 47.4%, 24 for 47 from the floor, 51%, 22 of 28 from 3, and they draw an offensive foul, or a technical foul, excuse me, against David Garcia, who is on the bench currently for something he said to the officials while he was getting some water. So Perez will go back to the line. Was perfect the last trip on technical foul shots, makes the first. Fortunately, the Synergy camera struggling to figure out where the ball is. We apologize for that. Perez makes them both. 80-51, Canyons leading. It's Long Beach basketball out of the technical foul shots. Gian Figueroa checking out as Canyons with Perez, Chapman, Cornelius, Pitts, and Webb on the floor. Long Beach with Brown, Siri, Young. Good block by Chapman that time on Jerome Wilson. Mason Pacheco Robinson, the final Viking on the floor. And Canyons working in the half-court offense here. Pitts, get it to Webb. Cornelius. Chapman was trying to call for it down low on the block. 2 to shoot. Webb gonna put up a 3. Boy, the Cougars were on fire here tonight as Webb knocks down the 3. Webb now should be in double figures with 12. Pitts with a long rebound. 83-51. Second highest scoring output of the season for Canyons. They had 84 in their opening game of the year. Everything breaking their way as Cornelius fouled and will go to the line. Saw Kyren Gates up at the table for a moment. Kobe Siri gets called for the foul. Cornelius to the line, knocks down the first. Second is good as well. So Donovan Cornelius now 10 points in the ball game and 9 boards, so he's approaching a double-double. Kyren Gates into the game for the first time today for Canyons. Good pass underneath from Mason Pacheco Robinson, an easy bucket for Jerome Wilson. Canyons with already one player with a double-double. Perez breaks the timeline. He's that man with the double-double. Chapman and Cornelius both approaching it as well. Chapman with 8 rebounds. Cornelius with 9, both in double figures scoring. Gates lost the ball in a jump stop, got it back. Put it on the floor, tried to go to the basket and had it swatted away from Jerome Wilson. 5 to shoot for Canyons here. Webb loses his man and Pacheco Robinson puts up a 3, didn't rattle home. Perez, another offensive rebound, dribbles out as Canyons on a reset. Webb working against Pacheco Robinson with 7 here. Lost the ball twice. Pacheco Robinson takes it away from him. Webb fouls him going back up the floor. now there's some ill will going down behind the basket. Stacy Webb going to get called for a technical foul. That's going to send Mason Pacheco Robinson to the line for 2. So Webb has 5. He picks up 2 fouls on 1 play. So that on the night for Stacy Webb, 12 points, 4 assists, 3 turnovers, 2 steals, and 5 fouls. Mason Pacheco Robinson to the line to shoot 2, and I think 2 more with the technical foul shots. Makes the first. Now he'll shoot his 2 regular foul shots. So a chance for a 4-point swing with 4:12 to go, but it's a 20-point advantage. Or it's a 30-point advantage, excuse me. All 4 are good for Mason Pacheco Robinson. Kyren Gates runs back to the table, but he's actually staying in. Mo Pitts and Justin Perez coming off the floor as Hilad Sigel and Alexander Martinez out for Canyons. So the Cougars unloading the bench here, final 4:10 with a 28-point advantage. Martinez to Sigel trying to drive, swatted away. It's out off of Long Beach. They'll stay with Canyons here. Second block for Wilson here, the 6'5" sophomore out of Jordan High. Gates will put up a 3, and it's good. Kyren Gates, his first bucket of the ball game. First 3 of the season for Kyren Gates. 31-point advantage for Canyons, their largest of the night. Might be their second largest of the night. Actually, I need to go back and look. They led by 35, so not even their largest of the night. Gates on a breakaway. Missed on the layup, but Sigel there for the rebound putback. Good follow-up from Gilad Sigel. Canyons crest the 90-point mark for the first time this season. Good 18-footer that time from Mason Pacheco, and a timeout called by Long Beach here. 2 timeouts remaining here with 3:18 to go for the Vikings. We'll step aside on the Cougar Sports Network. 90-59, Canyons leading. All disheveled. 90-59, Canyons leading Long Beach. 3:18 to go here in the second half. Canyons with maybe their best performance of the season. They actually pass it out of bounds to start the play. I haven't seen that play in a long time. And they get a foul coming up the floor. Siri gets the foul. Chapman checking out. Probably ending the night for him. There's JRB Brown checking in. Cornelius makes the foul shot, and Byron Osowski checking in. So Perez 25 and 13, Chapman 17 and 8, Cornelius 12 and 9, Webb 12 and 4 assists, Mo Pitts 11 and 4. So 5 Cougars in double figures in the ball game. They've run away with this one 92-59. Young gets a bucket here in garbage time. Second team on the floor, a little ugly up the floor, but they get it done. Alexander Martinez gets a bucket. Young with a 3 on the other side in transition, no. Osowski the rebound. Canyons throws it ahead. Siri steals it away from Brown. And a two-handed finish for Lawrence Brown on the other side for Long Beach. And the Vikings will take a full timeout here. One timeout remaining for the Vikings, 2:20 to go, 94-63 here on the Cougar Sports Network. Fans, get it together. 94-63, 2:20 to go. Canyons trying to close out their second win of the year and snap a 5-game losing streak, cruising on their way to it at the moment. It's their best game of the season so far. Trying to crest the 100-point mark if they can. Ziegel didn't get a shot away. Martinez trying to fight for it. Fight one in. Wow, Martinez just kind of stumbling, fumbling, bumbling, but knocks one home. Long Beach on the other side, no good. Gates with a rebound. Martinez bringing it up the floor. Guarded by Young, trying to spin away, lost the ball. Young takes it, Martinez fouls it. That got an exciting look from the bench, the entire bench on their feet after that last Martinez bucket. Young will go to the line here. Kane Young, 5 points, 2 of 10 from the floor, 1 of 2 from the line today. He's played 21 minutes, knocks down the first. Really, the story has been the defense for Canyons today. They've held Long Beach to 20 of 63 from the floor, just 31.7% from the field, and 3 of 7 from 3. 17%. The Cougars shooting 50% from the floor, 29 of 57. And 50% from 3, 11 of 22. So a solid night for Canyons all around shooting-wise. Young fouled by Martinez and will go to the line for 2. Canyon's also 28 of 34 from the line today. This is their best output from the line. Coming off a game where they shot 16 of 21 from the line against Cypress, but a good start today for Canyons here on what is a 4-game homestand for the Cougars. Just 4 games in the next 3+ weeks. Today against Long Beach, Tuesday against Santa Barbara City. Then they're off till December 7th against Cuesta, and then back here at home on the 13th of December against LA City before heading out on the road against Rio Hondo, and then finishing out their 2024 portion of the 2024-25 season here at Lee Smelser Court inside the Cougar Cage, where the Cougar Holiday Classic on the 27th and the 28th of December. Ziegel putting up his second 3 of the ball game. It's good. Gilad Ziegel, 2 threes today for him off the bench. He's got 8 points now. And the Canyons at an even 99, leading 99-67. Young, 18-footer, no good. Brown throws it ahead. Ziegel dumps it underneath to Kyron Gates, but not going to count for Gates as Ziegel was fouled, and he'll go to the line. Ziegel misses on the first. Second trip to the line today for Ziegel. He was 0 for 2 on his first trip. Misses both. Final 54 seconds of the ball game here. I think Young might have blocked that Lawrence Brown bucket. Canyons turns it over. Martinez just a little wild, gonna get called for a foul that time. So he ran into Colby Siri. Third foul in just a few minutes for Martinez. So all in all, a good day for College of the Canyons. Cougars gonna go into the weekend break and a nice win. Siri misses the first. Second is good. Canyons turns it over. Siri trying to finish on the other side. No. Cougars get a rebound. Ziegel will run it up the floor. Dribbles behind his back. Kicks it into the corner. A 3-pointer on the way. No good. Rebound pulled down by Long Beach. Kobe Siri on the other side. Scored in the foul as they'll give the foul to Ziegel. 23.3 to go. Foul shot is good. I don't know what everybody from Canyons is waiting for. They need to bring the ball in. Final 23 seconds. The Cougars can dribble it out here if they choose. Long Beach gonna press here. Trying to close the gap just a little bit, but it's 99-71, and that should be the final score. Cougars will take their second win of the season. A good performance from the men. As they pick up the win, the women will try and make it a clean sweep of the weekend for College of the Canyons, as they'll be in action tomorrow, 3 p.m. start time against Chaffey College. We hope you join us for that. Thank you for joining us for this College of the Canyons, a 99-71 winner over Long Beach.